So, I've got the song Susan Century going on here. And we've come into the first chorus where I do I guess you could say fooling around. We're coming to the first chorus right here. With like notes out of the A minor 7, 2, 4 that I can use. And then I continue on just fooling around with this little, as I said, it was right out of the blues scale between the 4 and the +4 and the 5. And then when I'm in the E, I know I usually call this a B flat because that's what I call it in E flat blues street. But here I'm written as an A sharp and a harmonic. And then in the E minor, I'm talking about. Remember, I'm crawling up the E minor 7 chord. E G B G E G B D. Right, and then I hit these chords, and that is like A minor 7 2 2. C7 2, and then E minor 7 2 4. Now, what am I doing all in these here? I'm just breaking chord. I'm breaking the chord. Here, look at all these notes right here. Same notes. I'm just breaking. I'm breaking it up. I'm fooling around wherever I want to underneath the melody, which is B right here, and then under B flat, I'm fooling between the 6. C6, 7 here. My thumb is alternating. I love, sorry, I'm going 2, 3. But look at me alternating between the B flat, remember in the same measure, always written in the key of C. Follows through at the whole measure is B flat. So B flat A, B flat, B flat A. And then E minor 7. But look what I'm going to play underneath. I'm going to alternate between the G and the B. I'm sorry, the A and the A and the B. And then on the walk down, I just have in between. Here's a melody, but I'm going to walk in between. And crawling down. And melody. Crawling around. I'm sorry. I went once again into the world of when, and here's E and A minor 7, and I'm just going to walk around. There's a melody. Now here's a melody. Changes to C7, 6, 9. But I'm just going to walk around in those breaking around. E minor 7. Here's that walk around. Walking, just talking about A minor 7. What's that A minor 7 pattern? A 1 2 3 6. Catch that note, it's cool. What's in the C7? 1 3 5 7. And then E minor. What do we got on the E minor? Oh, and then no, it doesn't go. It just stays on that A. And that's the E walk, but underneath I'm going. I'm all B A B A, and in between I'm going D F sharp. Remember the F sharp stays all the way across. Because remember we can switch from flats to sharps really quick with no key signature, which you love in Studio E. No key signature. That's right. Because then the computer does all the work for you per measure. And then it just says, oh, we need flats in this measure. We need sharps in this measure. I'll do it for you. Just remember the rule. You got to hold me, whatever I mark, all the way through the measure. And then I will like you because next measure change. That's right, to remark it. Then I catch. Oh, I'm right back into the verse. So I'm just going to play out the E minor. Catch in time. time, 50% of music, and I'm back into verse 2. Look at that. Just full chords. Full chords where I catch it. Like with the thumb and the little finger. And then a full chord. Look at this. 4. Here's E minor. It's an E minor 2 7 4. 4 7 minor third 5. And then sync the whole thing. Look at my hand going down. You got 1 2 4 5 in the finger. Isn't that cool? And that's in the E part, and it would go E, 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 E. Why? Because we're in a verse. We're not in the chorus. Remember, in the chorus we go walk the E, E, G, B, D, E. But in both we go the same A minor walk, A, B, C, F sharp, and in the C we always do the same walk, C, E, G, B flat. But in the E minor we change it up. In the verse we go E, 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 E. But in the chorus, we go E, G, B, D, E. Otherwise, that's the whole bass line of the whole song, Susan Century. But in this case, we're going Susan Century up in the right-hand guitar part while it's going. Why? Because we're in the verse. We're still in the verse. Full chord. And then I'm paging here. Oh, the sync with full chords. This is those beautiful chords. By just adding my thumb, that creating that 4 to 4 to 4 to 3. I have the intervals in between. But what is in the bass? It defines it. It's an E minor 7 4, E flat minor 7 4, D minor 7 4, C sharp minor 7 4, C minor 7 4, and then one at a time. And catch it. Next page. Full chords. Mid major and a minor 7, and if depending on where I shift the bass note is to define it. It catches first on an E flat major 7. But look at the keyboard. I start right here. Watch this. I'm going to move away. Hold on. Oh, it's a D minor 7 with a C bass. Isn't that cool? Oh, that's what it is. It always starts at E flat minor 7. And then it changes. I just changed one note in between here and here is now a B natural. See how it's naturalized right there? And there it is naturalized right there. Now it's become an E minor 7. But now when I still go, then I don't put a sharp in there. I'm just putting it C sharp minor 7. Still D minor 7 with the C bass. Then watch, I shift F major 7, E minor 7. Listen to how it sounds. It stops like a duck on the keyboard. Big KEYSongs thing, big KEYSongs lessons and main 88 lessons. You will see that one. Play like a duck. And that's like always keeping your thumbs like this, so it makes your second and your third fingers and your fourth fingers very strong. And then your fifth finger, if you need it. And we need it, because we're doing full chords. And here's an E full chord, meaning an octave on the outside, no matter what inversion. But you have to look to see what note to go to next. I have to go to a B next. I have to go to an E next. I have to go to an E, G sharp. But anyway, diverting into another subject too fast. I'd like to stay right with this E minor 7 2 4. Watch! I'm just pointing at the screen. It catches right there, and then all of a sudden, same bass, A, B, C, catch note, F sharp, then the C, E, G, E, then the E, then E, 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 E. Remember that part. So because we're in the verse, this takes us right back to the verse. Suddenly from the chorus, we're all of a sudden in the verse again, and we're going C7. Here's a E, 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 E. But look at the big full chord. I love this chord. I love this chord. It's all fourths with a third on top of it. But it turns out to be, here's the E in the left hand, so I'm going to move it up here so you can see it. It's only a fourth away, which is the 4. And then a fourth away from the 4 is a 7. And the fourth away from that is the minor third, because we're still in the minor third. Now I call this a no chord section right here, because I'm going to take that chord, and so I'm going E, 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 E. I'm going to move it down by a half step neighbor. Look at that. Just take every single note and move it down to the sharp right below it. In this case, flat. Sorry. What does the computer decide here? It decided sharps, so we're going to call it sharps. Remember, I always write in the key of C and let the computer do all the work, because then all you have to remember are the notes within that measure. Just within that measure, just within that measure, just within that measure, whatever measure you want to remember. And then it has to re-notate the note if it needs to be in the next measure. There's an F sharp, we need to re-notate the there because it's marked there and it says all the way there in that measure, in the E minor 7. Any of these notes, you have to remark. Here's an A, B flat. Here's the sharps right here. And then we have to remark them again. Otherwise, you have to remember key signatures and naturals and all the craziness that you would do if you had old-fashioned key signatures and key songs. We don't have key signatures. Everything is written in the key of C because middle C is the middle of music. And C, no, mainly reason is C rhymes with E. And that is one of the rhyme things. C rhymes with E, middle C. So anyways, I'm bending it. Still singing the song. Susan, century. But sometimes I go century. Sometimes I do a couple of the regular ones, all that 4 chord with a bass. E, 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 E. Remember, I could play it right here if I wanted to. But no, I decided to go take an octave, then join it where you were, go to the next octave, and join it where you were. So, I have full chords now. Susan, watch. Not in the beginning of the verse. There's a full chord. There's a full chord. It's a full chord. Full chord meaning there's an octave around it with notes in between. Full. I'm playing in full right there because of octave. Nice little fill riff. Ha ha. Here we go. That sync. Now, what if we had? Remember when we did it like this in the earlier part? What if we did it with that whole 4 chord thing? A, D, G, B, and we sank the whole thing with the bass note. Listen to those chords. Now, when I get down about this far to the B minor, I got to switch to just 3 because I can't reach that far and go fast because I'm going to want to go chord. Remember, it's a twice each time in the beginning. 1, 2, 1, 2, sinking it down once again. Chromatic neighbors, y'all. Chromatic neighbors right next to the neighbor, right? The chromatic neighbor right next to you as you go up and down. All right, then. But look at the bass notes. Don't match whatever those notes. It is constructing another chord. Now these I did define because these are actual chords. All the way down here, those are the correct chords of what you see down here. So you can just follow these bass note letters of these chords, and that's all this is in the bass note. Is just the letters of the chord. Easy. If you learn that it's not hard, then you won't ever think it will be hard, and then you'll just do it. Nothing will be hard or easy to be like, okay, let's just try it. I think that's a good idea. Just try it. So here, E flat. When I gotta go fast, I can't reach this far over like a over 1 octave by 1 to a 2. And watch this. I'm gonna move it to a 3-note chord in inversion. Just picking up the 7. The minor third and the 5, and I'm just going to go those last chords. It goes 2 each, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 Once I get down there, I'm gonna jump it. Because I came right back to the beginning of the verse. It's right there. I'm there on G. I'm gonna go right back to the verse. So essentially, yes, it is a repeat of the section that we just played. So if you learn this section here, all right, then you go Susan, Century. You do it again. Switch the page. Oh, I switched the page. I want to emphasize how this works out. But there's no E this time, no, because there's a chromatic sync. Like I was talking about 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's what I'm doing here. That's what I just do. And then catch the beginning of the verse. Right, so cool. A little bit of a triplet accent. And remember an eighth note and then C7, right. And then E. Oh yeah, that's what I was just saying. This is the same section as before. And I love this end of the verse, which is an E flat major 7. I'm just going to take this little move here. Listen, I'm going to shift from this basic. I'm going to take it. Watch, it's just the bass that changed. Watch, it goes E flat. It's so cool. E minor 7. F major 7. Isn't that cool? That's a jam. And then we're right back to it. Just like. That's the cool thing. Susan Century. And remember, I'm in the same measure, so I don't need to natural it because I'm letting the computer do all the work, which is what it's all about. Everything's written in C in Studio E, which rhymes with C. And everything's written in C because we're going to let the computer do all the work. It has to mark per measure what needs to be done. So we don't have to remember all the way back to the old days where it was a shortcut for people that had to handwrite things. We don't have to handwrite things anymore. Computers do it. So why not let them mark it and natural it? And it's also a lot easier because then your brain only has to concentrate measure per measure per measure per measure. You're hearing that whole intro all the way through there. Let's go right into a jam of whatever it is, plus the major 7 of the E blues scale, and just go with repeated notes and that same bass line A, B, C sharp, grab that F sharp, C, E, G, B flat, E, G, B, D, E, G, B, G. When you get down to that amount of time and you're about to hit back on that A minor, let's hit an A minor. Let's hit a C7 6 accent chord, E minor 7 to 4. There's a melody here. After I start, all right, so I come back to this. Then the intro. That's right. All this is the page before here. See? Here we go. Hear that? See right there? And let's go right into a jam. It starts right here. And I'm going to go. Hit a chord. Here's a chord right right here. It's the A minor 7-2. What are all those other notes in here? Legal right broken note chords of the A minor 7-2. What are these notes after here when I hit that hit chord of the C7-2? I'm just doing a little play in between the 6 and the 7. Remember, the B flat holds throughout the measure. And then the E minor 7-2-4. E minor 7-2-4. Watch that walk right down the bass. B, G, B, D, D. And when I run out of, I'm going to crash into it, I just play on single note. So I go single note, single note, single note, single note, single note, single note, and then a preface note of the 5th of the A. C7, E minor, all these broken, look here, between the 4, 5, 4, yeah, just that 5, 4, 5, here, well, of course, it's the 7 and the 2, but look at the play between, instead of doing the same thing over, instead of like doing, why not do the play with a legal sweet note that's nearby? Isn't that cool? And then I made a melody. This part is really cool. So it's climaxing in the chorus. And then I had found this note, like a beautiful 4 on the top, and I went, see that slide? If I can make that cool in the A minor, I wonder if I could shift that up, and I did shift, and it goes, I do it here. See that slide? So here in the E minor, I have it. In the A, I would be doing this like this. Same A bass line, A, B, F sharp. Now what am I going to do in the C? I'm going to do another shift, but I'm going to make it. I'm going to make a 3-2 minor third 3. Watch. But it's still a slide. That's what I'm doing right here. And then watch this. I'm going to hit the. I'm in the E minor. I'm in the E minor right here, and I'm going to. I got to get down there with the boogie of maybe putting the major 7 into the E blues street. Gives me that turn like I was talking about in the beginning of the song. I'm just crawling around. Here we go. I'm moving it down an octave so you can see it in the camera, but I'll play it. But it's really, sorry, it starts on the A. You wouldn't think it would, but it's all legal notes if you look at it. The 4, the 5, the 7, the 2, and the 4. Oh, those are all good in A. Yes, it's basically an E minor 7, but it's with an A bass. And I'm using the E blues street on top of A minor. Yes, because all the notes of the blues street sound great in this whole song of the E blues song, even though I'm moving to A. Doesn't sound instead of an E. When I go E, I'm going to do another boogie thing, but I'm in the A now. But I'm sliding right in the blues street of E. Here's the C. I'm doing it's not the same positioning, but I'm putting the major, remember the major 7 of the blues street in there? There it is. So I can play that too, because it is legal sweet. And now it goes into that. I'm gonna go here, just so you can see. Isn't that cool? I'll just do that again. I just love that. I'm playing it down on the octave. Here we go. Watch this riff. Boogie, 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 boogie. Putting that major 7 in there for some reason and keeping some time. And then catching it right back with the verse. Yes. And then that 4 chord. Isn't that cool? I love that sync. That 4, all 4s with an E in the bass makes it the 4. All of these are legal notes in the E minor now. So all these are there right. And I'm just brushing chromatic neighbor, sliding back and forth, and then back to the verse. Full chord, 4 note, with a 2, it's a C7. And then these 4 chords, sliding them down 2 at a time. Until you get to the B minor, then you go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And once again, I said my fingers are not going to be able to stretch that fast, so I'm going to just reduce it. Look at right here in the music, it reduces right down to a 3-note chord from a 4-note chord. When I hit that B, I go right, because I want to get it. I want to get that and not be sloppy. So I want to reduce my fingerings that I have to do, because I got to go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 versus 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I have to go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and catch quickly. Look at that. This time it's the 16th note to catch. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Wait, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Catch. Quick into a verse. Versing. Century. B flat, like I was talking about. Listen. Just like what I'm talking. And that ends it on that D minor chord. That's so cool. It actually is an unusual ending, but it also just fits because you're coming down these beautiful chords. Like you're in the E flat major 7, E minor 7, F major 7. Ah, that beautiful just. Susan Sensory.